Welcome to That Was Bad. My name is Oscar Robertson and I'm your host. This week, we've got SAL SISSARO. SAL SISSARO is a close friend of mine. We host a bunch of comedy clubs together and we also do bar mitzvahs together, if you remember from last week. We discussed this and a whole lot more. I've got a show coming up on July 11. Make sure you get your tickets at tickets.musicalcomedy.com.au as well as Replay Festival. Tickets should be on sale for those. I just don't know how to find them. But welcome, SAL SISSARO. Why do you hide under a pseudonym?
What?
Well, your name's not SAL SISSARO.
It was my normal name for the first few gigs, but nobody could ever say it.
Can I be honest?
You don't know my name.
I
do you?
don't know how to say it consistently. We do a lot of things together. We host bar mitzvahs together. We got to explain this.
Mm.
We're friends. Most of the people that are on podcasts, they're just like, most people who are on podcasts, they're people I know, and not the people that I've had. My guests so far have been
This
amazing.
is going to be like a really tough blow to your previous guests.
No.
Definitely think that you're friends.
They are my friends, but we're not as friendly. We don't. You know what I mean?
Well,
we call every
nobody's
day.
as friendly as you and I.
We call every day, and
Yes.
it's usually not much to say.
No.
It's never really.
It's pleasant.
It's pleasant.
Yeah.
It's great. But we're friendly enough that you know that if I say 5 o'clock, you can rock up 5:20.
Correct.
To a podcast.
It's not a big deal.
It's not a big deal, except for it is a big deal for me.
It's not a big deal because I gave you notice. I gave you enough notice.
When did you give me notice? Did you text me?
Yeah, I messaged you.
No, I didn't read that.
Oh, you didn't see the message?
No.
I messaged you like as I was leaving and was like, this is going to be my new ECA.
That
I'm sorry.
right.
Sorry, I was
completely
running
unaware.
behind.
That's so fine.
You didn't see that.
I didn't say that.
Folks. I'm not that guy.
You're not that guy. No, you're organized. You're pretty organized. So we are very good friends. You
Yes.
edit this podcast.
I do.
How do you find this podcast editing?
I enjoy it.
You
It's
enjoy
very
it?
fun. You tend to go in and out of conversations that you can and cannot publish.
Yeah.
So just in the middle of a story, you'll be like, hang on a second. Because do you know who I fucking hate? Who will definitely listen to this? All right, cut this. And then just jump back into a story.
Yeah.
So that can be kind of tough to stitch back together in a coherent way.
You know who I hate?
I edit this podcast. I have final say. I'll cut stuff out that you won't even remember it happened.
No, that's true. And I respect that. And
No,
I
you don't.
I don't respect you.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So
What were we talking about?
people we hate.
No,
no.
that's not correct.
You don't hate anyone.
That's not true. I don't know, actually, yeah, that might be true. There's no burning hate, but people definitely
Yeah.
piss me off.
Yeah, but that's only because like they do one tiny thing that annoys you.
Yeah, well, don't do that.
Exactly.
It's very simple.
It's a very
You
simple
don't do that.
solution, Yeah. I don't
But you're acting like you're not huge for that.
I don't know what you're talking.
Oh, is that
I need
right?
you to
Where do you think I learned it from?
We're just two, you know what? We live lives like we're like two retired queens in New York, just together, just like hating on the youth.
Correct.
That's what we are. We're
Correct.
like Bert and Ernie.
Yeah. I was going to say gay Bert and Ernie, but Bert and Ernie are.
Pretty gay.
They're pretty gay.
Yeah.
As far as puppets go.
Also, we're not gay.
They're right there after Ahmed the Dead Terrorist. He's probably
Oh
the
my
gayest.
God, what was Ahmed the Dead Terrorist?
It was Jeff Dunham.
I remember that's like he's a stand-up, isn't
Yeah,
he?
he was a he's the puppet guy.
Did he go to?
And he had Ahmed, it was a skeleton of an Arab guy. I think it was
Yes.
shortly after 9/11.
That's very. I remember seeing that.
Yeah.
I would have been very young.
Well, it's for very young people, I think.
yeah,
It's,
can't do that now.
I think he's still doing just fine.
I think he's fine.
I don't know if he's still rocking Ahmed.
Yeah, I mean,
He might be locked away in a suitcase.
waiting to blow up.
Yeah. This is ticking.
Oh shit! Man.
Yeah, good
so
stuff.
you edit the podcast. You're gonna
Yes.
edit this one. Are
Yep.
you gonna give this podcast any more extra care because you're in it?
Absolutely. way more care.
Right. Do you want to do it? You want to do an ad read for Sal's Customs? And then I can watch your face as I tell you it's gonna be cut. Just do it.
RK threads.
Great. And I'm
Thank
just
you.
going to put a long censor beep throughout it. So,
And we're back.
man, I'm so glad you told me who you hate.
I hope it didn't hurt your feelings too
No,
much.
it didn't hurt. So we hosted a bar mitzvah on the weekend. Last episode, I was speaking with Peter Yosef. We were about to do the bar mitzvah.
Yes, we did the bar mitzvah.
We did the bar mitzvah.
Mm-hmm.
We're back from the bar mitzvah.
Yes.
How do you think we went?
Well, it seemed like we were the only non-Jewish staff on.
Yeah, there was a lot of Russians as well. They were in the kitchen. The
There
place
were,
was called
yeah.
the Rasputin.
Yeah, that's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
They the staff did not know how to speak English or did not know how to season fucking anything in the kitchen.
No, it was like an old school dining hall from like the 40s, but like a shitty one.
Yeah, it's like in the 40s, people would be like, ugh, this?
Keep going.
Keep going.
Keep going. It's great. Doing great.
It's an impossible
No,
task.
do the impression. Please keep going.
Ugh, like a filter fish. Cut that.
So great.
We... You can't step on it.
Yes, I can. I can do whatever I want.
You can because you have ultimately final say of what's in the show.
Yes and no. Like I said before, I can take stuff out and you'll probably forget that it ever happened.
Yeah.
But if I leave stuff in, when I send it to you, you'll probably just snip it out.
I do that final pass.
But you can't put back in what's already gone. Never happened.
No, you're true. That's very true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Back to the Rasputin though,
Yes.
because you just decided to ruin that.
I think I made it way better. Which is what I do. Sales customs.
God, I
No,
loathe-
what's
loathe that? Yeah, go on.
you hate it. You hate it.
No, I think
It was your idea.
I know it was my idea.
You told me to start a
I
business.
told you to start a business,
And I did.
Yeah.
And now I'm living my dream and things were working out.
You told me this morning you're going to text the funeral home to ask if you could go back to video funerals.
Yeah, they wouldn't take me.
Did they actually say no?
I called, yeah.
Oh my God.
I called. She's like, yeah, I've actually just had to let a couple people go. The industry's kind of slowing down at the moment.
Oh, not enough dead people.
Yeah, well, not enough like dead people that want it filmed.
Yeah, that makes sense. Sorry, I'm getting a bunch of texts. I wanted to make sure that person
Is this a bit?
No. Someone was
Put
dropping.
that phone away.
Okay. Yes, sir.
If you couldn't even take it out to read my message to tell you that I was going to be late.
I'm confident it didn't come through. So we did this. All right, let's go back to this.
Yes. So back to it. We did the bar mitzvah.
And oh my gosh, we were. It was hard. It was our first corporate.
It was difficult.
You know, I told.
And I think now we should stop shamelessly plugging our own businesses, Oscar, and start plugging our joint hosting services on Crowdpleaser.
That's right. We have also on my website, musicalcomedy.com.au, we'll have a section called Book Us.
Yes.
And it'll be Sal. You can book Sal and I to come to any event.
Mm-hmm. Host for hire.
Host for hire. I told a pro comic who I'm working with.
Oh, sure.
Whoa,
ladies
no.
and gentlemen.
I just don't want to name drop it because it doesn't matter. I just think it's weird because no one knows.
Yeah. But they had to know the status of the kind of people you're working with.
Yeah.
So you've got a skills exchange.
Skills exchange. I show them how to edit and they show me how to be funny.
Yes.
I told them how much we charged to do the bar mitzvah. They were like, for two of you?
It was next to nothing.
It was actually genuinely like nothing.
We would have made more if we were working the bar that night.
Would have made more if I jumped off the building and then said, "Give me a tip." We did, so. But it was worth an experience. I gave the bar mitzvah boy my belt, and not like that.
He was misbehaving.
It was me.
Oscar put him over his knee.
He was like, "This is what being a man is."
Yeah. Everybody applauded.
That's right. If they ever paid attention to us on stage, they would have applauded. Mother Son Dance. That's right. So we're going to welcome up to the stage. We've got Mickey and Raul.
Yeah, we had to keep time for everything, and there was like a dance where the boy had to be on the dance floor, and we had to go wrangle him, and he was like, I can't, my pants are falling down. So in one swift motion, Oscar ripped off his belt and gave it to the kid and said, put that on and come with me.
Yeah, that's right. Which is not my MO usually.
No, but it was, I respected
I was being
it.
selfless, that was nice of me. I was a good boy.
You were,
And I didn't even demand any respect from anyone.
Yeah, then we got an email from the lady going, let us know how I can send the belt back to you.
And I said, no, I don't want your secondhand belt.
Yeah, that's a tip.
Yeah, here's a tip. I don't know. I lost a bit of energy there.
Oh, here's a tip. When I quote you too little, how about you just do the right thing and pay me more?
We should have been paid. We should have been paid more.
Yeah.
But we did it, and it was a success. No one in the audience respected us being there. We were like, all right, everybody, now is a candle lighting ceremony where they can honor their dead relatives. And they were just fucking chat.
Yeah.
And I'm like, guys, seriously.
Yeah.
And
How
then
bad was that?
Chat. I was like, boys at the back.
Yeah.
And then you were like, hey, chill. You're like, you need to chill out on that whole being a dick thing because you're getting a bit much. And I was getting fucking angry.
You were getting so angry.
I was getting
and it was
really
apparent.
annoyed. Yeah,
you were getting
fair
stern
enough,
with them.
though. I should have been.
Well, it was because we kept looking at each other like, I can't believe they're not shutting
I can't believe
up.
this is happening. You know, I couldn't believe that many people were at an event
Yeah.
and being like, I don't care that this event is about my chat with this person right here.
It was like school assembly.
Yeah, it was school assembly for sure.
It was bad. I'd do it again though.
I would do it again for more money.
For more money. Definitely for more money. Yeah.
Yeah, everything. I'll do anything for more money. Taking a step out from this amazing chat with Sal Cicero, I want to promote my company, RK Threads. RK Threads allows you to get custom embroidery on absolutely any garment you want. So, what I'm wearing right now is the Simpsons thing, or you can get something like this, which is like I suggest Feather Drive. You have selected Power Drive. Which is from The Simpsons. You can also customize it with like a picture of your pet or anything like that. So jump online to rkthreads.com and use the code THANKYOU10 for 10% off your order. Back to the show.
I think if I can make a decent living off hosting bar mitzvahs,
It'd be a pretty good job.
we're laughing.
Well, I don't think the audience will be laughing, but we will on stage.
We get so good at it, dude. We learn how to speak ancient Hebrew.
Yeah, dude.
They don't even know it, but they respect us, so they shut up.
Yeah, that's right. And
We just start yelling things in Yiddish.
yeah, no one knows. Everyone thinks we're Jewish in the scene.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is fine.
I think everyone thought we were Jewish at the bar mitzvah
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. That makes sense.
because of our faces.
and our whole personality.
Yes.
So yeah, we did the bar mitzvah. We're open to hire to do more. And we do comedy together. We like because it was very easy for us to do the bar mitzvah because we host together.
We've been hosting together at least once a week for the past
2 years, 3 years.
3 years. Easy.
Yeah,
Surely coming up on 4.
would be.
I don't know. It feels like it.
It
Feels like an
feels like a lot.
eternity.
Feels like a long time. Feels like we're not getting 4 years better. Hey,
No, I think we are.
we're getting
I think
better.
we are.
We're getting better, but
Maybe not in like pure stand up, but definitely just in hosting chops, I think.
but we're also just getting better at comedy. Maybe. I don't know. Every week I feel better, and then every week I feel slightly worse.
It's a roller coaster. Constant.
It sucks. But July 11, final time for me to see how that goes.
Yes, that's your bar mitzvah, isn't it?
That's when I become a man.
Oscar is turning 13 years old.
I sold 4 tickets yesterday to some
Really?
people that I saw in Mount Eliza. I did a gig in Mount
Oh.
Eliza and I did well. I brought my piano
Amazing.
and then sold 4 tickets.
How good's that?
Bing bang. I'm up to like 50 now, which is pretty much the whole middle section.
Damn.
So
So
we're
you
doing
just
well.
need like 100 more tickets.
Yeah, I just need 100 more. But the show will still kick off. Like
Yeah.
the show's gonna hit hard. So I'm pretty excited to do that. You're gonna be there.
Yes.
So we host those gigs together, which is really nice. We've been doing that for a long time. That's how
Mhm.
we became friends.
Yep.
Pretty much everything I do, I think of a way for you to be involved.
Which is nice.
It's nice, isn't
I
it?
appreciate that.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like doing things with you.
Yeah.
I was
for
thinking
sure.
about how scary it would be to do stand-up comedy at like an event solo, like the bar mitzvah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to do
definitely.
that. I don't think I would have any ability. Like I could do it. I just wouldn't want to.
No, that would be tough. Especially because like I feel like neither of us knew if it was going well or not.
No,
So we were kind of there to
you got
like-
off the very first section we did, and what you said, we bombed. And I was like, I don't think we bombed.
Yeah, it's because like at that point we assumed that when we started talking they would listen.
Definitely. Fuck me for thinking that a room
Yeah.
full of adults would listen when people are talking.
But that turned out to be like a blessing in disguise because I think it made it easier that they weren't really listening to us
No,
because we had points that we had to hit in there. We had
I had to say like Hebrew words.
yeah, you had to say Hebrew words,
That
which
was
was
hard.
which was nice that people weren't really listening for that.
Yeah. So we did it. I'm a big fan that we got to do it. And we're heading off to our comedy show coming up. That's gonna be sick. It's gonna be a good night. We've already sold some tickets.
Have we?
Yeah, I think
And
like
we did, yeah. Sell a couple. Did we sell more since then?
4 or 6
Hey,
so far. And it is a free show, but that's a free show with a booking, so they get a free drink when they come in. So
yeah, it's a great deal.
it's a great deal.
It
and
is.
then we get the money. Maybe. I don't know. I think the venue's fucking us. I think the venue's fucking us. I genuinely think the venue is like like.
Do I have to cut this out?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I like the guys, but I think like we're working the bar for free.
Yeah,
We are literally working.
that's true.
Like I'm
yeah.
cleaning up the venue. I'm like,
Yeah,
putting
we
dishes
originally
away.
did have a bartender, and then they were like,
We
you
can't
know,
afford
we can't afford to have a bartender up here, but you guys can just do it if you want to.
no, I suggested. I said like we can host a bar, and I was expecting them to push back,
Yeah,
being like, no, that's fucking ridiculous.
yeah.
But then they were like, yep, send us the RSAs. So we did our RSAs and we sent him off.
He's a chill guy. He's a nice guy.
He's a nice guy.
I feel like his point of view is like we're getting this function room that they usually charge for free, and we get free reign of it. We get to do whatever we want.
I get that. I want to make money on it though.
I want to make money on it.
I don't want to
Yeah.
I'm spending a lot of my time. You know what I mean? It's too much time. It's a lot of time to spend with comedians being like, I might turn up.
Yeah.
Like, because comics are the worst.
Oh, we haven't made a group chat.
Well, that's how you know if someone's organized or not. Like, fuck. We should make a group chat.
Yeah, we'll make the group chat.
I'll
Let's
make
make that group chat.
All right,
Okay. So that's done.
that's done.
The group has been
The
made.
group's been made.
And that's just what you have to go through running a room.
Running a
Yeah, we
room.
work for comedy.
We work. Yeah, comedy doesn't work for us.
No,
Absolutely
it never
not.
has.
Absolutely not. It's
It's never worked for us, not one time.
not even on stage.
No.
I don't think a joke's ever
That was
worked.
the joke. Yeah, that was the bit.
And it didn't even work here.
It didn't. You guys laughing? All right.
Cut that. Because remember,
And we're back.
so we spend so much time together that it's almost like, what do I even talk to you about here?
Yeah.
And it's like,
Well, that's kind of your job as the interviewer. I thought you'd be more prepared.
I'd be more prepared. There is no like, there's nothing.
I don't even see any notes, dude.
Why would I need to prepare anything? Oh, so Sal, you got a whole lot of fucking nothing going on. So tell me, what are you here to promote? A whole lot of Instagram stories? Cool.
Hey, my stories are great, dude. My stories are elite.
Yeah, they're great. But like, that is, you know, what else?
salescustoms.com.au.
Yeah, no. So
Oscar and Sal on Crowd Pleaser.
we have that. We
do,
don't need to.
We do bucks. We do bridals parties. We do trips to the zoo. We do.
We would do trips to the zoo, wouldn't we?
Yeah, we would Formula One. We do that.
I do that. What do you mean?
We just we walk you around. We keep you entertained.
So like,
Well,
this car is a car.
Yeah.
All right. Sounds great.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is going nowhere. Oh fuck.
Right. So you know me so well.
I know you very well.
So you don't mind beating me down.
No, of course not. Why would I
No.
mind beating you down?
I don't know.
I feel like this podcast works best when I'm with somebody that I can riff with.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
feel like if I start to have somebody on the podcast where I perceive them to be like scary or like I'm intimidated by their presence, the podcast will go to shit.
Yes.
So I do want to hang out with my friends and I think that's what's fun. I think that's what I've always enjoyed about podcasts is just friends having a chat. And you know, comedy that's what a green room is if we ever get lucky enough to be in a green room, because most people don't realize this. Comedians very rarely have a green room.
Yeah, and if you do have one, generally you have to be very quiet.
Yeah, because it's not a green
right
room,
next to the
and it's like
stage.
it's not a green room. It's just a sheet,
No.
sheet that is up.
Well, I don't think we deserve a green room.
Of course not. Absolutely, we do not deserve a green room. What are we going to be like? Oh, I'm going to try the bit that I've been doing for the last 2 years. I haven't changed it once. I think this is the night it's going to work.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, yeah, get them, boys.
Yeah, we have this. I guess we romanticize the idea of the green room because we've never had one.
I mean, I've had some, but it's very few and far between.
Yeah.
Do you have any shows that you're going to... you should try and do an hour. I reckon you should just really try and push yourself to write more of it towards an hour.
Yeah.
And
Well, Igor and I put on a whole hour show the other week when no audience showed up because they
Great.
thought it. They thought
you
it.
two in a room being like, I'm putting on an hour.
They thought the show started at 8:30 when actually it started at 8. So then most of the comedians left,
Mm-hmm.
and then all these people showed up, and they were like, "We want a show."
Mm.
So Igor and I put on a show,
Beautiful.
and it went well.
Well, good. Yeah, I heard.
Just riffing, baby.
I heard good reviews.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah,
It was
so
good.
you, I reckon your goal is should be towards putting on an hour. I reckon my audience would love to come and see it. Wouldn't that be? Isn't that right? You can get all 22 people.
Yeah,
Imagine that would be a show. If all 22 people that watch this podcast came, holy, that's a
be a
lot.
great
of people.
show. We'll do a crowd work special.
crowd work special.
Yeah.
Oh, you two's fucking. You two's fucking. Well, you two's fucking. Is that your sister? Oh, you fuck your sister?
You think that's what I sound like?
No, but that's just what crowd work specials are to me. in my
Are
head.
they?
I don't know.
They're just wog guys asking you if you fuck.
That's all I've ever wanted in comedy. It's just wog guys asking me if I've ever partook in coitus.
You wanna take that again?
I'm happy with how it went.
Partook in coitus.
Partook in coitus.
Yes.
Now, you a big fan of Lego?
No.
You don't like Lego?
No.
I like Lego.
I know.
I have a lot of Lego. I have actually so much Lego that I don't build my Lego because then if I build my Lego, I won't have Lego.
Right. But you also don't have Lego.
I have so much Lego. I have like a Titanic Lego.
Not if you're not building it.
No, I have it. It's just in its box.
Well, you have it to the same degree that you would have it if you built it. Because either way, you're not building it.
No. No, but I can always build Lego. I always have the option to make my Lego.
Okay, but isn't that kind of sad? Because you know that you never will.
No.
But you know that you could, but you won't.
But I might. I will make my Lego. This is the wake up call that I needed. I need my Lego. Yeah, I'll build my Lego.
Who's that guy? Who's that comic? Nathan
Hero Bear.
Yeah. Anybody been playing with Lego?
Yeah.
I fucking love that.
People have said that we look very similar. We took a photo in Comedy Festival of us together. I'll put it on the screen right now.
I'm not doing that.
Okay. And people were like, yeah, genuinely. My girlfriend was like, yeah, not good.
Yeah. No, it is good.
I mean, yeah.
And he's got like this 60s aesthetic in the way he dressed. Like he looks like Austin Powers.
He does look like Austin Powers, doesn't he? It's threatening. It's threatening.
Threatening
to see somebody that looks so much like you in the same circuit.
Yeah, right.
Some people like he was like, I'm worried that he could talk shit with a comedian that I don't know very well, and they leave and be like, "Fucking Oscar's a cunt." And next time I see him, I'm like, "Hey," and they're like, "Back up."
You don't think it'd be vice versa?
Nah, I'm perfect. It's crazy. It's almost like nothing happened. What was I saying before? Yeah,
It's almost like we have to keep stopping because Oscar cannot stop talking shit about people we know.
Yeah, I know. Oh, I'm so naughty. Oh, this old guy. So tell me, let's get into the point of the podcast, which is, I don't know if it is very clear based on the fact that you've edited it and you were like, I didn't know that this was the point of the podcast. The point of the podcast, if it isn't clear to anyone, it's called That Was Bad because they talk about a thing that happened professionally that was bad.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, it's like I've had so many bad professional experiences,
Sure,
comedy and professionally.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm always interested about what's my guest's rock bottom. You know what I mean? Because we've all got fucked up stories.
Yeah, it's hard to pick just one.
You don't have to pick just one, just something.
I was at the Brunny.
Yep.
Or the Burgie.
Yeah.
And it was back when the show was at the front bar.
Yep.
And like I was doing okay. It was like a pretty good show. It's pretty packed.
Yeah.
You know, it would always get packed in there because it's such a small room.
Yeah.
And I don't even remember how like the gig was going okay. Like I wasn't doing poorly or anything. And I got like riffing on, I don't remember what the bit was, but it was like riffing a little bit. And I said, if you don't eat ass, you need to grow up.
Great.
Guy from the back of the room. I don't need ass, mate. You going to tell me to grow up? So I was like, not expecting this at all. I didn't think this was going to be like a pushback thing. This wasn't like challenging like I wasn't like, who wants to fight me? You know what I mean? Like I wasn't like challenging.
Like, that guy in the back doesn't eat ass.
Yeah. So he goes, I don't need ass. You going to tell me to grow up? So I go, yep. And then he starts walking from the back of the room to the front, which felt like an eternity.
And
it's just,
ass.
it's to eat my ass, dude. And it's just like silence. He's walking through the crowd he's moving people out the way to get to the crowd.
Yeah.
And then he gets to the front and he's like, right here. And he was like, say it.
No.
I couldn't back down. You know what I mean? I got a fucking microphone. You can't back down when you have a microphone. You're on a stage.
Yeah.
So I was like, grow up. And then
how have I not heard this story?
And then he stepped onto stage and grabbed me like by the scruff of my shirt and got his other hand and like put it like just like in a closed fist like right here. So he's just like holding me like this, and I'm like, just like trying
stepping in.
It happened very quickly, so I'm like starting to like squirm back like a cat, like just like. And then so Glenn Zen, host of the room,
legend,
and Richard Meneses, all-time great guy.
It's his birthday today. Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Richard! You fucking sick cunt. They come running to the stage and they grab him off me, and I get a little look at this guy as he's. Comes closer, and he's got like spray paint on his. He's got like a white spray. I don't know if it was like chroming or not. If he was just like a drunk tradie. But once he got to the front, it was like apparent that he was fucked up. Like he was really drunk or like fucked up on spray paint. But they just like they grabbed him, and they threw him outside.
Damn, dude. That's wild.
Yeah, but it could have gone so much worse because the crowd could have just not been on my side. And then it's like, I'm almost getting punched and the crowd doesn't like me.
Yeah. Man. Dude, that's crazy. I can't believe I didn't know that story.
Yeah, I have a photo of it. I have a photo.
Put it up.
Yeah, I'll put it up. I'll find it.
Oh my God.
And I don't know how somebody got the photo. Or maybe it was like, because I don't think there was a video.
Michael Richards? Just that guy?
Oh, no, I think it's like a phone photo. Oh, because I was recording the set. I have it recorded, actually.
Holy shit, play it.
Anybody in here that doesn't eat ass, just fucking grow up.
I don't eat ass, mate.
I have a different answer for you.
Are you going to tell me to grow up?
Yeah.
Go on.
Fucking grow up.
You want to say it again?
Hey, how you doing, mate? Mate, it's a comedy show.
Yeah.
Have a bit of fun, mate. It's a comedy show.
Okay, cool.
Might be time for you to leave.
Okay.
Excuse me, people.
What are you doing, mate?
I think that's the mark of a comedian. Maybe a nice round of applause.
Fuck off.
Yeah. For that lovely man and his probably unsatisfied partner. Yeah.
That's so funny. That sucks. I've had a very similar story where I was doing my comedy festival hour, and then I flied to someone on the street, and then this drunk guy or whatever came up to me, like grabs my flyer, and I was like, and he's like, "Oh, I'll come," and I was like, "Yeah, of course, yeah, definitely," because I didn't think he would come because he was like on drugs, and then he comes.
I can't come when I'm on drugs either.
Anyway, so then this guy comes to my show, and he's in, and I start doing my show, I get halfway through my show, and he's like, "You making fun of me, cunt?"
Were you?
No. And I was like, "What?" And then he was like, "You fuck it, I'll kill you."
Like,
and I was like, "What? What's going on?" And then he like starts to storm my stage.
Yeah.
And then he like threatening to throw chairs at me. And then I'm like ducked behind my piano. And then he's like laughs and he goes, and then he like flips back and he goes, "No, I'm sorry, can I just get a high five?" And he like slams my hand, and like my mum's there, and she's like, and then like,
get off of him.
Yeah, and then I'm on stage, and then I start crying on stage. No. You've heard this story.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I start crying, and then he gets kicked out, and he's like telling me, getting dragged out. He's like, "I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna kill him." Then he goes up on the street, and the police won't come because there's a Free Palestine rally in the city, so there's no police that are available.
Yeah.
So then they all come down. So like, he's hanging out. I finished my show and after crying to the audience. Oh man, an impossible task, but I did the show. So, but yeah, it was fucked.
This is why protesting is so dangerous.
Yeah, that's right.
Because there were no police available for my dear crying friend.
Yeah, so it's kind of scary when you're on stage and someone approaches you because
You feel like there's this invisible barrier.
well, there isn't a barrier. Like you're on stage, you're meant to be there to have fun.
Mm.
You're kind of a bit above the law in that sentence where you can be like, you can riff on people, they might not like it, but like,
yeah, you've got more leeway than just like talking to someone
exactly.
at a bar.
You're fighting, with the audience one by one. Mandalay's calling me, probably, whatever. And then you're setting up the audience and you're like riffing with the audience, and if they flip on you, it's like, I'm sorry, man, and then joke. You always think you can joke your way out of the problem.
Yeah,
which is what you did. You're
yes.
like, yeah, grow up. And he's like, all right, cunt, bang. And then and I was like trying to riff with that, trying to like just diffuse it and move on.
Yeah.
And then it comes to a point where it's like, it's too late
can't.
now.
Yeah.
And now I'm getting staunched on the stage. And it's like, I'm not very divisive.
Yeah.
I'm not a very divisive comedian.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, dude, that sounds pretty bad.
At the gig that, not on the night, but at the same gig that we met at in Footscray.
Yeah.
What was it called?
I don't know, but it was Rick and Morty night.
It was Rick and Morty night. It's a Rick and Morty themed night. Demolitus,
Yeah.
great idea.
Yeah.
And so this room used to be run by this guy, Joel Pierce, who I love. Joel Pierce, very funny guy. And he doesn't have time for your shit. Yeah. He's lived some life and he's not putting up with it. And there was this guy, like in the front row, and he was just like a drunk mess, and he was heckling all night and being super annoying. And so eventually Joel gets off, picks him up by his shirt, and like Joel's a big guy. Like he's fucking tall, he's like a solid guy. Like Joel picks this guy up by his shirt and throws him down the hallway. Like this guy went some fucking distance. It was like shot put. Like he went down the hall.
Yeah.
And then like
spare.
Yeah. he complained. He complained to the venue, and then Joel wasn't allowed to run that room anymore, which I thought was a terrible
Ridiculous.
Miscarriage of justice.
Absolutely.
Because fuck this guy.
Yeah.
Everyone hated this guy. It's like, it's not like he punched him in the face. He just kind of like comically threw him out the door.
So good. And on the same night where we met, that was there was a guy heckling as well that night. Remember that dude? And he was just like,
Footscray lends itself to hecklers.
yeah, it's
A lot
weird.
of loose units in Footscray.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but I don't think they're always malicious, but boy, do they suck.
Yeah, big time.
Dude, thank you so much for coming around.
Oh, is that it already?
I reckon there's 30 minutes there, easily.
Yeah, nice.
And I don't want it to go for too long.
This was fun. This was
you had a
fun.
good time?
And maybe you'll see a little more of this. Maybe we got a little something cooking.
Maybe.
You know what I'm saying?
Cut that.
Why?
I thought it was funny. Okay. I thought it was funry to cut that.
All right, cut that.
Cut that.
But cut that though. I don't want them to think that you thought you were going to be funny.
Right, cut that.
Cut that.
Cut.
Just cut that.
Cut.
Okay.
Cut that.
Cut that.
Cut Sal out. Fully.
And cut that. Okay, picking up.
Thank you so much for coming.
Oh my god, it was the best.
This was good. We'll have you back for sure.
I'll
have you back.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for sitting around to watch this video. This was awesome. This was a great podcast. If I tell you how good of a time you had, you will rate it 5 stars on Spotify or give it a like on YouTube. That's true. That is Mr. Beast told me that.
Cut that.
A big thank you to SAL SISSARO for editing. It's nice to get him out of his rabbit hole into the light before we push him back into the computer room to make sure that these videos get out on time. See you next time.
Thanks.
Cut that.
Cut that.
Great.